Another day of Parliament lost without any work being conducted. The nation still counting the precious time and taxpayers' money being frittered away. But is the Congress finally confident of a numbers game in Parliament over the issue of FDI? Top party sources have unveiled the party's strategy to cobble together the numbers in the event that a vote is actually forced on them. Both the Samajwadi Party and the BSP will abstain from voting against the government in the event of a vote. Another ally, the DMK, while declining to vote with the government, intends to stage a walkout in the event that a vote is called for. Let's take a look at how these numbers formula works out for the Congress. With the DMK, SP and BSP abstaining from voting, the effective majority mark is reduced from 272 to 241. With the support of independents, the Congress can then get 245 votes in its side, which should be sufficient to ensure that it's safe. But that's if a vote is held at all. High drama at today's all-party meeting, but again, there was no consensus. But that drama did reveal that the BJP is increasingly isolated in its demand for a debate followed by a vote.
जो राज लागू करना चाहता लागू करे और नहीं करना चाहता मत करो, कोई मैंडेटरी नहीं। जब एफडीआई का फैसला हुआ तो देश का सेंसेक्स हाई गया, ये भी तो काम होगा। तो अब इसमें हाउस चल रहा, बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट काम और भी है। हाँ, स्पीकर को आप प्रेयर करिए, स्पीकर जो तय कर दे, बहस करना है, चर्चा करना है, चर्चा होगा।
और एफडीआई के मुद्दे पर चर्चा होनी चाहिए, लोकसभा में भी होनी चाहिए, राज्यसभा में भी होनी चाहिए। लेकिन जहां तक सवाल ये कहना कि किस नियम के तहत हो, तो ये हमें नहीं डिसाइड करना चाहिए
कि हम यहाँ मतदान के साथ वोट चर्चा चाहते हैं। इसलिए वो नियम जिसमें बाद में वोट का प्रावधान है उसी में चर्चा हो, और वो नियम लोकसभा में 184 और राज्यसभा में 167 है। और इसलिए बहुत ही दृढ़ता से हमने कहा कि आप चर्चा कराइए, लेकिन हम अपनी राय व्यक्त करना चाहते हैं मतदान के माध्यम से।
मैंने सबसे निवेदन किया है, अंत में मैंने सबसे निवेदन किया है कि जिस प्रकार की चर्चा हुई है, ये फिर से इसके बाद रिसोर्स में हम भी सदन के दोनों अध्यक्षों से इस पर चर्चा करेंगे और कोई तरीका निकालेंगे।
All doors were kept open on no confidence. It is not dependable whether somebody's mercy or their decisions. So that chance they have missed the bus. Now asking for the 184 with a begging ball in hands.
तो समाजवादी पार्टी पहले कह चुकी है, उनसे उत्तर प्रदेश में नहीं लागू होने चाहिए। हम इसके विरोधी, क्योंकि व्यापार और किसान, व्यापारी और किसान दोनों में किसी के हित में नहीं है। समाजवादी पार्टी इस पर चर्चा चाहती है, लेकिन किसी भी नियम, ये स्पीकर साहब तय करें, सभापति विधानसभा के तय करें कि किस नियम में उन्हें चर्चा करनी है। इसमें हमारी तरफ से कोई बात नहीं।
All right, joining us for more on that story is Kartikeya Sharma, Shabir Ahmed and Manugya Loiwal. But Kartikeya, I want to come to you first. It seems that even if a vote does take place, the Congress, the UPA is in the clear for now. But this won't be without murmurs that some give and take has taken place. What exactly went on behind the scenes before the strategy was hammered out?
You see, when it comes to the issue of extension or the management of the flow, the BJP has been completely outsmarted because Trinamool Congress, in order to spite BJP's face, they have decided to cut their own nose. And in the meeting, they went on record to say that we can have discussion under any rule. And this is the same party which actually argued for a no confidence motion. On this issue, I am joined by my political head, Javed Ansari. Javed, why did TMC do that? It was completely out of the box. No one expected them to say in the meeting that we want discussion and not vote, when they were the one who were asking for no confidence motion.
You see, the whole position was that, look, the best thing would have been if all of you had agreed. They were mocking the opposition actually. That if the entire opposition had agreed and supported the no conference motion, this situation wouldn't have arisen. Now you're going around with a begging bowl, asking the government pleading with the government to allow a debate under 184. They said there's no point. I mean, you know, debate is important and rules are not important. So just have a debate any which way under whichever rule you want.
Okay.
And this is what the BSP said, this is more or less what the SP said, and this is more or less what the DMK said. So the government, the takeaway from this is that now it's been left to the discretion of the presiding officers, and in all likelihood, the presiding officers, we can't second guess what decision they will take, but the takeaway is that the government appears to have got majority support on this question of having a debate without vote.
So as you can see, Padmaja, what the government has actually managed is a comfortable buffer zone in Lok Sabha. So even if they don't have a direct or a simple majority, they can create it by abstentions.
All right, but this buffer zone has been given to them thanks in no small measure to the Trinamool Congress. And I want to take that question to you, Manogya. Does the Trinamool Congress feel that they're going to lose face in front of the people? At one point, they wanted to go in for a no-confidence motion, and now they're okay for a debate even without voting. How do they plan to explain this to their electorate?
Well, that's one question that only Trinamool Congress and Mamata Banerjee can answer, because she has been changing stance and stand on every alternate issue. They had called off, and rather they had called off support only on this issue, and now even after losing face in the no confidence motion, they are finally saying that they do not want the way they want to go ahead is completely unexpected. But we've also seen that the resentment that there has been in public in Bengal itself, even despite Mamata Banerjee knowing that there have been issues where there have been controversies, including the president election, where she had initially opposed the Pranab Mukherjee's candidature and later supported him on different grounds. But the way we've been seeing other numbers garnering up for Congress, you could, as Karthikeyan and Javed rightly pointed out, that the government has created a buffer zone where even if Trinamool Congress does not exist, they are in very safe zone. And perhaps that's enough indication for Trinamool Congress to realize that despite the 90 number of MPs with which they have been threatening the government on and off on different issues, calling for a rollback on different issues, the government cannot be threatened anymore with those calls that they were making earlier. But perhaps now with their changing stance, they are left with very jittery statements, at least in the political circles.
And speaking of changing stances, Shabir, apparently after keeping the government in suspense for so long, for very long, M. Karunanidhi did not reveal his cards to the Congress. But now apparently the strategy is to stage a walkout. They think it will work?
Well, at this point in time, the DMK will have to do a lot of answering if they walk out in a scenario where there is a voting on FDI, because it will create some kind of embarrassment for the UPA government at the center, because being the second largest ally, if they walk out when it comes to voting, then it sends across a very different message. But for the DMK, it is vote bank politics and domestic compulsions here that are driving them not to take a decision on this particular issue in a haste, because they will have to do a lot of answering, because Jayalalitha has made it very clear that she will not allow FDI in Tamil Nadu, and she has also made it very clear that if at all there is a voting, then AIADMK will vote against it. So that is very clear. At this point in time, the DMK is right now checking out a strategy where they can give a proper explanation if they are going to walk out or if they are going to vote against or for. At this point in time, still the DMK wants some kind of time, because they are expecting that tomorrow's meeting will throw some more light on this particular issue of what other parties are deciding. And then the DMK will declare its stand on the issue of FDI in retail.
All right, but Karthikeya, all of this is provided if there is a vote at all. But will that vote even happen? Because right now, Congress's strategy seems to be to completely isolate the BJP and then tell them, listen, what's the point of a vote? No one else is supporting you.
You see, Padmaja, the strategy of the Congress party is to create a consensus around the office of speaker that the vote is not required. So the onus doesn't come to them. Javed, you see, the takeaway of the meeting when I was there was that every political party said, let speaker decide. In this case, what do you foresee in terms of a likely ruling of the speaker by your own experience?
Look, it's very difficult to second guess what the presiding officers will do. But as far as the takeaway, the majority heads of political parties at the meeting, they were in favor of a debate starting, of parliament starting functioning, and of a debate taking place, even if it did not mean a vote. You know, because they don't want parliament to be paralyzed on this issue of whether there should be a vote or not. They believe this FDI issue should be debated upon. This would help parties like the DMK. This would also help
All
parties
right.
like the Samajwadi Party, which have come out in opposition to the FDI. So in a debate, you can criticize, but you don't vote. And so long as you don't vote, it doesn't get recorded. There's so many debates that take place. So it would that way it would satisfy the SP and the DMK also, as well as come to the aid of the government and not embarrass the government.
But you see, Padmaja, as Javed was making the point, ultimately, the real issue with the Congress party is to make sure that the DMK is comfortable, because they cannot afford a victory whereby another principal alliance partner, DMK, goes out of the window. Then the government would really be on crutches, because the message that would go out is that without SP or BSP, it is a minority government on borrowed time, oxygen and support.
Okay.
That is why they are making all the effort in terms of mollycoddling DMK leaders. Some sort of semblance of the UPA remains.
All right. For now, Kartikeya, Javed, Shabir and Manugya, thank you all for joining us.